Nothing tops your cut. Nothing tops your cut. Nothing tops your cut. Nothing.
Into the Black Dragon and listen to his knowledge. This is Biker 101, and he's professor to the college. Posting up videos on YouTube, coming directly to you, showing you the ins and outs and what not to do.
Hi, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, we are thankful to you for tuning in. And I want to say I appreciate all of the support to this channel, and everything you guys are doing is just amazing. New subscribers and people coming in, all the letters and prayers and just wonderful things that people have sent me. I'm just so very thankful for. And I just, this just more than I could have ever hoped for. I'm just thankful. I just want to say, 1,000 times, thank you for your support. We definitely appreciate you. Listen, I got an email yesterday. Actually, it wasn't an email. It was sent to me on my Facebook page, Black Dragon Biker, and that's my Facebook fan page or whatever you want to call that. And folks send messages to me on that all the time. So this one I want to entitle "How to Beat the Biker Stereotype" or something like that. And the email goes like this. And oh, by the way, I did buy a program that lets you it'll scroll here like a teleprompter. I bought that program like yesterday, and it was a lot of money, and I used it, and it absolutely sucked. So I'm working on this teleprompter thing. We're trying to get it together so that I'm not looking off camera, but for this one I'll be looking off camera. So good morning, Black Dragon. How do you deal with being stereotyped as a biker, like you are some kind of a criminal or an outlaw? Me, overall, it doesn't bother me. People are going to think whatever they want, even if they have no real knowledge of the biker world. Last night, my girlfriend of 7 years, told me that certain members of her family, he says doesn't like, but I think he means don't like. Certain members of her family don't like my lifestyle because recently I've started hanging out with one of the local RCs and getting to know local MCs as well. Overall, my lifestyle hasn't changed other than getting a Harley, and I went to some open houses and got invited back to one of the club meetings, and all of a sudden, I'm stereotyped. I told her that these guys are really nice guys, laid back, have jobs and families. They do charity rides 90% of the time. But I'm all of a sudden a bad person. But those members of her family have always had a certain ignorance level when it's something that they know very little about, as do most people, my friend. Except for what they have seen in movies or TV. I don't mean to ramble, didn't mean to ramble, sorry about that, but what is your take on being stereotyped because you're a biker? And I have to say, dear friends, or my dear friend, first of all, thank you for writing and thank you for watching the show. And I will tell you that, welcome to the biker life. Whenever you put on those chaps and that black leather stuff, or just climb on a bike in general, there is a stereotype that is attached to bikers, and then don't belong to a motorcycle club or even start hanging out with them. And this has happened my entire biking life, even when I was a little kid. I think there's this, it's kind of like wearing a cowboy hat. You you wear a cowboy hat in America, you have there's some stigmas. A lot of them are good. Like a lot of people think cowboys are hardworking, or they're honest, or they're part of the adventurism of America. Some people think cowboys have money, or these things that are attributed to cowboys that just may not be true. Like not everybody that wears a cowboy hat knows how to rope and ride. But those are the stereotypes. And no matter what you deal with, you're going to deal with a stereotype. No matter what you deal with. And I hate it that it's that way. But it is. I can remember her name was Bridget Natalie Scurry at that time. I loved her so deeply, more than anything. We were together, I think, for 8 years. 1 year, when she met me, I was deep in the military. I wasn't riding when she met me, and a couple of years later, I came home with a motorcycle, and I had been riding my entire life. I just had a little bit of time out from not from being in the military and that sort of thing. I just had a little bit of time out, and then it was time to get a motorcycle. But she didn't meet me with that motorcycle. I tell a lot of guys, if she doesn't meet you with a motorcycle, you ain't getting a motorcycle. I tell a lot of guys that because in a lot of cases that's true. And she didn't meet me with a motorcycle, so she wasn't happy about this whole motorcycle thing. And then the next thing you know, I'm hanging out with the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club. And I can tell you that Bridget wasn't having it. I was hanging out with thugs, and so I lost that love of my life, Bridget. And there was another love of my life named Tarita, and I lost her too. And I could just go down the list of relationships. I remember my best friend, Keith Corley, that one time he told me, "Hey man, don't come to my job in that biker stuff." Like I was gonna, they'd seen me wearing that, so I guess he felt like I was gonna come to his big mighty job over at Hewlett Packard wearing the biker stuff. Funny, Keith is a Black Sabbath now. So now he has to go through that. But I tell you, there's a thing that you're going to deal with called stereotypes no matter what you are. I mean, there's a stereotype in being a black guy. I get stuff all the time from ignorant, dumb people with stereotypes. There are no such thing as black cowboys. Wow. I guess we just didn't exist in the 1800s. We certainly didn't ride horses, and we didn't punch cattle. Oh, there's no such thing as a black guy on a Harley? Man, I've seen and heard it all. It's a stereotype. What do you do about what people think? What can you do about what people think? People think what they think. They do what they do based on what they think, and most of the time it's ignorance. Relatives don't like me because I ride in a motorcycle club. I have had it. And you can say it doesn't bother you, but it does bother you when people think things of you just because of things they come up with in their minds, and it sucks. But being a biker is something I like. And even among bikers, even bikers will stereotype you like you're a biker you're not a real biker. They have their own stereotypes of what they think a real biker is. So, I don't know. I don't know how you get beyond that. But I do know how you don't care. You can think what you want to think. And the minute you start acting prejudicial towards me because of your stereotypes, then I can leave you the hell alone. And I don't mind doing so. There's some stereotypes we can't get past, like the police officer pulls you over in your cut, and now you got a problem with him. So some stereotypes or some stereotypical behaviors or thinkings that people have, you have to plan for and prepare for. If I know I'm a biker riding in my cut across the country, and I know I'm going to be riding through several police jurisdictions, I may be very careful because of these stereotypes about how I might be carrying weapons, or if I decide I want to do that at all. And I'm going to make sure that my license plate is correct. And so some of the stereotypes that you know that you have, you can defend against by making your behaviors appropriate to the situations you're going to face because people have these stereotypes. So my take on being stereotyped because I'm a biker, well, I remember the cartoon, was it Super Chicken? It said you knew the job was dangerous before you took it, was part of that song. So you know what you're facing. A lot of guys make videos like this. We know what we're facing when we put on those cuts and we jump on the back of those bikes. We know what we're looking at. And I'm a guy, I've faced a lot of stereotypes in my life, and I enjoy being who I am. And a lot of people say, wow, you're not a normal blah, 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 based on what their stereotypes are of me. And I like breaking those stereotypes. I like people seeing that I'm really a pretty great guy or a really not so great guy, depending on what they have molded up in their minds. But I cannot allow that to affect my day-to-day. I cannot allow that to affect how I get down. I cannot allow that to affect my happiness or my rumble through the jungle. None of that. I can't let what you think and what others think and what her family thinks affect me. And I've had girlfriends, oh my goodness, fiancés, oh my goodness, who have come down to, it's the clubber me or it's the biker me. And I'm still clubbing and I'm still biking. Does that mean that I made the right decision? I don't know. Bridget made somebody an incredible wife. And so did Tarita. So maybe in the end, biking cost me everything. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Make sure to support the page. Our Patreon is Black Dragon NP. You can also send a one-time donation to our PayPal account. And those links are in the description. My books, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the Public Relations Officer's Bible, are all available on Amazon and Kindle. And yes, these are shameless plugs for my books. Somebody got mad at me. He's trying to sell his books. I'm trying to sell my books. But I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't yet already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we make a video. And we'd like to hear your comments. What do you think about being stereotyped as a biker? Let us know how you feel about it and maybe some of the things you do to get past it, or like me, did you lose everything from being who you really are? Let us know in the comments below, and I might read some of your comments in the next video. I'm Black Dragon, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny.
stops your cut. Nothing stops your cut. Nothing stops your cut. Nothing.
Into the Black Dragon and listen to his knowledge. This is Biker 101, and he's professor to the college. Posting up videos on YouTube, coming directly to you, showing you the ins and outs and what not to do. He's truly a breed apart. Subscribe to his channel. Some try their best, but they don't match his candle. Don't believe me, it's cool. Tune in and hear him on truth. He's straight schooling you. His vids are the proof. He's filled with desire. He's filled with respect. He's filled with the fire. He always comes correct. Was 5 years to prospect. He didn't care about his label, but now he runs the Black Sabbath. Set in stone is his fable.
Black Sabbath forever, forever Black Sabbath.
Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny.